It is the first time I've given you guys a clap in way too long, but we are back. Regular season basketball for the Toronto Raptors is back, and it's meaningful basketball, and it is hot in here. I don't know what is going on. I guess because of the emotions from this game. Incredible. Because the Toronto Raptors, as we talked about in the season preview, if you guys not do that, go have a look at that. Go do so, all right? We talked about how this stretch of the Toronto Raptors is insane, and they started with an incredible basketball game today against the Los Angeles Lakers, and we'll dive into that in a second. First thing I want to touch on, though, real quick. If you guys have not followed up the TO Sports Talk Instagram page, go do so. If I ever think of something that I want you guys to, like a question for you guys or whatnot, and I want you guys to, answer it or whatnot, I will be posting it on the TO Sports Talk Instagram page story, so you guys can reply. We'll have a chat. We'll have a good time with that. The link is down below in the description, guys. Go follow up. And if you don't want to hit the link for some unknown reason, TO Sports Talk on Instagram is the way to go. All right, now let's get to this game, and oh my goodness, it was great to see Raptor basketball back. 107-92 winners over the Los Angeles Lakers. They sweep the season series, if you want to go back to, like 4 months ago or whatever the heck it was. But hey, you go in there today, they already played a game, and don't give me the rest factor because they had 2 days off, so there's no excuse there. And they hold LeBron James and Anthony Davis to a combined 34 points. When you do that, you're giving yourself a damn good chance to win. You hold the Lakers to only 92 points on, 35% from the field, 25% from three. They did an incredible job. Let's get to this real quick. My MVP in this game, without a doubt, is the dog himself, Kyle Lowry. What a game from him. 33 points, 14 rebounds, which was a game high for anybody. The point guard, the mini point guard, dog Kyle Lowry, was ready to play. He had 6 assists to go along with that. What a game for Kyle. I mean, we're going to get into stats and whatnot in a little bit, so let's get to these the game numbers. First off, it was a back and forth game for the first 3 quarters, right? Raptors were up by 2 after 1, 23-21. They were actually plus 5 in the second quarter. So you go to halftime, Raptors stuck 3, 44-41. Then in the third quarter, Raptors come out to play. They get that big lead. The Lakers do crawl back, but the Raptors are still plus 5 in that third quarter. So you guys can do the math. We're up 2 yet again at the end of the third quarter. So it's back and forth, back and forth. You go to the fourth quarter. LeBron James gets red hot. You see back-to-back threes with no hesitation. You're like, oh boy. We've seen this before with LeBron James. But then the Raptors do something that we were not used to seeing a couple of years ago. They battle back, they fight, they claw, and Kyle Lowry just goes one-on-one with Kuzma. If you guys have watched these videos from me for a long time, first off, I greatly appreciate it. Second of all, you'll know I'm not a Kuzma guy. I'm not a fan of Kyle Kuzma. You want to know why? First things first, back in his rookie year, I forgot who it was he was facing against, and he had a really good game against that person. Let's say LeBron, for example. And if it was him, crazy. He was asked after the game, what does it feel like to play against this guy? Who? I'm like, you're one of those guys? You're one of these guys? These cocky pricks? Okay, and in the All-Star game, I wanted to score the most amount of points because I wanted a car. You're making millions of flipping dollars. You just want a free car? Yeah, you cheap too. Oh, okay, you're one of those guys. So I don't really like Kyle Kuzma, as you guys can tell. So watching Kyle Lowry in that fourth quarter go mano-a-mano, taking charge, knocking balls away from Kuzma, just one-on-one, ISO ball with Kuzma and just draining a 3 in front of him, no problem. Oh, you want to come right at me now? Foul me, 3 shots. You're an idiot. So Kyle Kuzma got absolutely schooled by Kyle Lowry in this game. Lowry made him look silly and won the game for the Toronto Raptors there late in this basketball game. There were a lot of other guys that helped this team win. I'm not going to say it was just Kyle Lowry, but he was an integral part on building that final lead. It's not about who makes the biggest run in a game. That we've learned that in the past. Who cares if you have a 20-0 run? You end up losing the game. It doesn't matter. If it's in the fourth quarter or if you make a 20-0 run in the fourth quarter, that's a big difference. Raptors were right and tight there with about, 6 or 7 minutes to go. Then Lowry turns on some type of, I don't know what was said to him or whatnot, but he turns into that dog and he starts draining shots and you see him go back to the bench talking a lot of smack. He was feeling good, was Kyle Lowry. What a job. Raptors win that fourth quarter 35-22 and win 107-92 over the Los Angeles Lakers. And I'm telling you guys, we have confidence in this team. You never doubt a champion. You just don't. We've always doubted LeBron in the past. We usually lose to LeBron, or at least Cleveland LeBron. I don't think we've lost to Lakers LeBron, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. So that's that. Now let's get to some stats here, okay? So we talked about their field goal percentage of 35%. Raptors actually brought theirs up to 42. Man, it's still not great, but we have two teams, really good defensive ball clubs. You hold on to 35, you shoot 42. Hey, you did better than they did. And the Raptors from three, a lot of help from Kyle Lowry, 41% from three, 14 for 34. You held them to 25%. Great job there. Raptors got to the line 26 times there. They got to the line 33 times. Raptors made one less free throw. And they were 73% from the line. Raptors were 88% from the line. When they start doing stuff like that, this team is real good. Rebounding, we always hear that's the Raptors' faulting point. They're not very good at rebounding. Plus 11, 51-40. On the offensive glass, they were only plus 1, 8-7. So great job there. Assists, that's when the Raptors are good. When that ball's humming, oh baby. 24 dimes for the Raptors in this game. Great job there. 7 steals to their 8 steals. 5 blocks to their 12. Raptors had 14 turnovers to their 17. But the thing I like about that is the Raptors had 11 turnovers at the half. They had 3 the rest of the way. You tighten it up at halftime. You end the game strong. You do good things. And they turned the ball over, I think, 2 or 3 times late in the game that really, the nail in the coffin. That's really what helped it out there. All right, points in the paint here, 40-34 in favor of the Raptors, 10-6 in second chance points for the Lakers. And fast break, Raptors, when they get out and run, they're real good. And they did late in the basketball game, 21-19 in favor of Toronto there. Big job for the Raptors. Now let's get to some numbers. We already talked about Anthony Davis and LeBron shooting, getting 34 combined. Anthony Davis was 2 of 7 from the field. He was 9 of 9 from the free throw line, so 9 of his 14 came from the free throw line. He was 2 of 7 from the field. Ugh, that was terrible. And he was 1 of 3 from 3. LeBron, he had 20 and 10, but he shot 7 of 15, just under 50%, and he was a minus 20 when he was on the floor. The Raptors did a job, and they contained everybody else. Kuzma had 16, but he shot 5 of 13. Whatever, bud. All right, got no time for that kind of stuff. All right, let's go to the Raptors side. And Pascal Siakam didn't have a great game, and I kind of expected this. The reason I did expect this is because you're trying to gear up for the playoffs. You're facing a really good defensive ball club, and Pascal had 15 points, 9 boards, 3 assists on 5 of 17 shooting, 3 of 3 from line. He was 2 of 4 from beyond the arc. He had 2 steals and a couple blocks in the game. He was a plus 27 on the floor, so I'm not going to complain about that. It was just he was trying a lot of ISO game. And for Pascal, it's when the ball gets moving, as we all know, is when things open up for him. And obviously in transition, things look great for him. He's still not a bad ISO player. I'm not saying that. Just what I'm saying is I prefer him to move that ball around a little bit more. But, again, still at 15 and 9. Knocked down a couple threes. 2 steals, 2 blocks, plus 27 on the floor. Fine. I'm not going to complain about Pascal's night. Now let's get to my second MVP, because I have to do so. OG Anunoby. We heard coming into this 8-game stretch, the seeding games, we heard that OG Anunoby was putting up pretty good numbers and feeling pretty good and doing a lot of, workouts during the time off and whatnot. And we're like, okay, well, we've kind of heard this before, but we also heard this when Pascal Siakam was working hard. So let's see what OG can do. And my goodness, OG Anunoby looked fantastic tonight. Defensively on LeBron, look, you held him to 7 of 15 shooting and 20 points. I'll take that any day of the week when it comes to LeBron James. Thank you very much. He held him to 20 points. OG had 23 on 8 of 9 shooting. 4 of 4 from the free throw line. 3 of 3 from 3. 2 steals in the game. Plus 27. OG was spectacular. We keep hearing about young Kawhi. Well, that is what you saw right there. You saw young Kawhi. Now, obviously, can you see this more on a consistent level over an 82-game schedule? That's something that's remained to be seen. But what we saw today against one of the, if not the greatest player in the NBA, because there's still that argument between Giannis and him and all that stuff. And if you can do what he did tonight, you're showing a lot. And the Raptors did that. What an incredible job. Marc Gasol, 8 points, 7 boards, couple assists, 3 of 7 shooting, 2 from the line, missed both threes he took, plus 18 on the floor. Got into some foul trouble, only played 25 minutes of work. But not a bad game for Mark. Sprinkled in some offense, got you 7 boards, dropped a couple dimes. It's all right. And let's go to Kyle Lowry here, guys, because we got to go to the MVP now. 33 points, 14 rebounds, and 6 dimes on 8 of 16 shooting, 12 of 15 from the free throw line, 5 of 9 from 3. He had a steal in the ball game, 24 plus 24 in the game, and I think he had at least 2 or 3 charges in this game today. What a game for Kyle Lowry. One of his better games as a Toronto Raptor, I'd have to say. Just the way he took over that late goings of that fourth quarter. Fantastic. Fred VanVleet, yeah, you know what? Kyle Lowry was as he said in his postgame. Well, Kyle Lowry was a shooting guard today, and I acted more as the point guard. Well, when your guy's red hot and you're feeling it, you kind of make adjustments. Fred VanVleet had 13 points, 5 rebounds, 11 dimes, shot 5 of 11, not bad. Was 3 of 7 from 3, had a steal, a block in the game, was a plus 26. Did a really good job. Now, this is the only thing I'm going to say that was a little iffy tonight, was the bench. They struggled mightily today. I think they outscored our bench something like 50 to 15 or something stupid like that. It was really bad. But as the Toronto Raptors, as we know with this team, they can get hot. And a guy like Norman Powell, who only had 8 points on 3 of 12 shooting today, was 0 of 4 from 3. Don't expect him to continue to play like that. He was a minus 22 on the floor today. Don't expect that to continue. Just don't. 4 points, 4 boards for Ibaka in 19 minutes, shot 2 of 6 and got in foul trouble, had 5 fouls in 19 minutes, had a really rough time. There was a plus 2. Terrence Davis in 13 minutes was a minus 15. He had a tough time. The bench all around didn't really give the Raptors any sort of lift, and that's where the main guys had to get some high leverage situations. Freddie played 40 minutes, Lowry 35, OG 33, and Pascal with 37 minutes. That's high leverage minutes in a very tough game, really, against a very good opponent. So you got to give these guys credit, man. Every time teams count you out, every time, media and opposing players and opposing fans say, oh, the Lakers are going to beat the Raptors. I mean, whatever. We have LeBron. The Raptors go out there today and beat them by 15. And then, you're going to hear excuses all over the place. Oh, Lowry flops. And well, they also had more free throw attempts by quite a bit. So I'm not even going to, that's no argument. Now, the next game for the Toronto Raptors is Monday as they play afternoon game. It's a 1:30 tip-off against the Miami Heat. Now, the Raptors have played the Miami Heat, I think it's like 2 or 3 times this year. I want to say twice, and both of them went to overtime where the Raptors lost, or they were really, really tight games, right? So it's going to be a very good matchup on Monday. But as for the Toronto Raptors, they are doing a great job. They did a fantastic job in Game 1. They get the day off tomorrow. And the great news for Raptor fans is it looks very, very good that they're going to lock up the second seed in the Eastern Conference. The reason I say that, you won today. Boston lost against, who was that? I forgot who they lost to. Let's see if I can find that here real quick. I think it was Milwaukee, wasn't it? Yeah, they lost to Milwaukee 119-117. So if you're the Raptors, you won. I think you're like, a 4.5 game lead or whatnot. So the Raptors are feeling good. They're doing a great job. They just got to go out there and win some games down the stretch, and they should have their second seed locked up. But as we've talked about, these games are not really about win or lose. They are. You'd love to win games, and especially against great teams like the Lakers, who are going to be televised all over the damn world at this point. So it's nice to see, even though it really doesn't matter. It's more or less practice. As Kawhi Leonard said last year, regular season games are practice for the playoffs. And to face opponents as tough as the Raptors will be playing throughout the rest of the schedule, it's great. The compete level is going to be up there. They're going to be working the rear end. And anybody who's going to tell me, well, they're going to be tired. If this team is tired after 8 regular season games, I don't care how tough they are, they don't deserve another championship at that point. Right? These guys have got to be ready to go. Marc Gasol looks nimble as heck, so he's ready. And the team looks awesome. They did a really good job tonight. And look, we talked about it in the season preview and even in the final scrimmage game. That Raptor team you saw in the scrimmage game, you're not going to see those guys again. The guys that turned it over almost 30 times, who didn't shoot the ball well. It was just a terrible game. I said you weren't going to see them again. And here, you beat the Lakers by 15. You shoot pretty well from beyond the arc. You do a really good job defensively. You don't turn the ball over very much, and you win the basketball game. This team has a short memory. When you lose a ball game, they don't care. They go out there the next game, and they give you it all. I love what we saw from these guys there tonight. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You enjoyed the video and you enjoyed the basketball game there this evening. Smack the like button. Do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the game, your thoughts on the video. If there's anything that I missed that you guys want to bring up, let me know in the comments below. Twitter is down below for myself, guys. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff. Also, the Instagram link is down in the description. If you guys have not followed up already, please go do so. All right, and I will talk to you guys, where are we going to go first? Blue Jays edition on Tuesday, as they'll be playing the Atlanta Braves in game 1 of that 3-game set, as the Jays obviously don't play this weekend against the Philadelphia Phillies, so they look to bounce back after 2 really tough losses against the Nationals on Tuesday in Atlanta. All right, and as for the Leafs, their first game of the qualifying series against the Columbus Blue Jackets is tomorrow night. It's an 8 o'clock puck drop. It's at Scotiabank Arena, but it's in the bubble. So, can talk to you guys post-game there as we hope the Leafs can start off their series on a good note. And as for our Toronto Raptors, as we talked about, their next game is on Monday afternoon, 1:30 tip-off, as they take on the Miami Heat. All right, down in the bubble in Orlando, Florida. All right, as the Raptors look for back-to-back wins and really start to build momentum heading into the postseason. All right, so thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Talk to you guys then.